Everybody, Healthy Prepper here, and today the topic is not about stockpiles. Nope. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is a stockpile video, but it's not. Nope. Today's topic is, what are you going to do if an SHTF situation happens and you don't have enough? Let's just say, since we can't really predict what will happen or when, even though we all have our many theories and we're doing the best we can to prepare, what happens if you don't have enough stuff? Let's say you run out, or you didn't prep the right stuff. Let's say you completely forgot about certain items, salt perhaps, or bullets, or what have you not, whatever it is. Let's just say you don't have enough stuff. What are you willing to do to survive? That's the question. Now, every stockpile, no matter how grand or large, and mine certainly isn't grand or large, I would say mine's, middle of the road, average stockpile, has an end. There's an end game in sight. And no matter how much you prepare, since we don't know what could happen, how long it will last, or the cause of it, it is very possible that we might run out of stuff. So, back to the question. What are you willing to do in order to survive? Now, my thoughts are, one, I would negotiate, barter, swap. I really do envision, it's funny, when we were cruising around at some garage sales last week, I was saying to my hubby prepper, isn't it highly plausible that after an SHTF situation that the garage sale concept will still continue, except we'll be actually trading maybe food cans for supplies, tools, things like that, as opposed to money changing hands? So I think that would probably happen. I think this would come about. I think there would be some form of trade, barter, and negotiation and compromise that would kick into gear naturally among folks. Well, things were still good. They're not too desperate at this point. I guess we're in phase 1 of the SHTF situation. The first 3 days, as we all know as preppers, the stores get cleaned out really fast. Possible new supply lines have been cut off, transportation stops, no more food or supplies or equipment are coming to the stores. So the stores have been emptied, pharmacies have been emptied, things are gone, and the ATMs don't work, you can't get cash, you can't go get stuff. So you're left with what you got and how you're going to deal with it. Well, number 2, I would probably certainly go through everything that I had on hand and start to segregate it into, prioritize it. What's important? What must I save and keep? What can be bartered or traded with somebody else? What do I need? I need to get a list really quick of what I need, and I need to figure out a way to find it. Some people may still be present, in an SHTF situation. Some people may have bugged out. How does that change the dynamics of what's going on? Would you knock on neighbors' doors? What if they're not there? Would you go inside? Would you go down to the local stores to see if you could still find anything, even if the stores were closed? Obviously phase 2 of an SHTF scenario, where we've entered a stage of WROL, without rule of law. There is no police force, there is no fire department, and possibly even the military have, scattered. They're not organized, and they're not particularly taking commands from anybody that we know. Maybe they've splintered off and broken up into little militia-type groups. Now we're entering a more serious phase where supplies are really low. Let's say you maybe don't have enough food to make it at the end of the week. Maybe you are, out of your supplies that you can trade. Maybe you've got nothing left. Maybe you were one of those people who said, I'm not worried about an SHTF situation. I'm just going to come and take your stuff. But then when it actually happened, he thought, well, they might have some stuff over there, but you know what? I'm, 3 hours away or 2 hours away, and I can't really afford to waste the gas to get over there, and it's not really safe to go travel by bicycle because things are crazy on the streets, and I just got to hunker down and look at what I got and who's close to me. Anyway, I would like to hear some options here on, just the question of what if you don't have enough stuff? What are you going to do? Pilfer? Pillage? Would you do it to survive so your family can survive? How about forage? Would you forage? Would you go into the forests and look for food? Would you hunt? Would you hunt for food? Would you eat squirrel? Who would eat squirrel? I'm really squirrel resistant, man. I would do it if I had to, but I'm going for the canned squirrel. I might even put little ears and a tail on these cans just to, feel more like a prepper. But, man, meat in a can is meat in the hand, you know what I mean? So, yeah, what are you willing to do to survive? Would you fish? Would you get out there and fish like crazy nonstop to put food on the table, morning till night? Maybe while you're fishing, you're not home protecting your family and your stuff. Maybe somebody else is coming to get your stuff while you're out fishing. Everything becomes very complicated and very muddy once you start layering in all the possibilities. And as time goes on and people wear down and get hungrier and tired and more desperate, things take on a whole new look. Well, I'd say that it's going to be a rough road if that ever happens. Let's hope it never does, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on the matter. What would you do if you don't have enough stuff to survive after an SHTF situation? Take care, everyone. Happy and healthy prepping.